So if you guys aren't already aware, the 9th anniversary of Dead by Daylight event has been live for at least a week now, possibly 2, if I remember correctly. And I wanted to tell you the truth about this event and tell you that it's got some complications and some good things. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Pogesque and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you haven't been here before. We're gonna be talking about the 9th and last Dead by Daylight anniversary event, and honestly how I feel, the truth, and some things that I think could be better considering everything that's been out. Not that it would matter, but these are just my thoughts and I want to hear what you think down in the comment section below. So first and foremost, it being the last anniversary event, I think that's a huge fumble. The 10th anniversary should be the last. You can call it a decade of scares or Decade by Daylight or something cheeky like that, and they're killing it right now. And why are they doing that? Honestly, I don't know as of recording this video. I imagine it's because they've been doing it for a while and they want to kind of move past the fact that, oh, it's an anniversary, but there's a problem with that, right? Even games like TF2, who have been out for much longer than Dead by Daylight, still want to do, you know, regular anniversary celebration fun events. TF2 is the game that came out, you know, with the orange box, if you remember that. It was a CD that went for the Xbox 360 that had, I think, Portal, Half-Life, and TF2 on it, and the game was never updated beyond that point because it was actually a game you played on the disc and not how it is now with games where you get a pass to a download code or something on a disc. It was a real game back then. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. The point is that they should still celebrate the fact that they've been around for a while. It's a good thing. So a big fumble right there. Secondly, I just think that the game mode is not as interesting as it could be. And I've talked about this on my streams, how they used to kind of do fun things in the summertime. Like they used to have the barbecue event where it was barbecue hooks and it was margarita machine gens for survivors. So that was pretty cool. But they've kind of gone away with that now. I went on this whole anniversary thing where it's more about celebrating every year DVD's been out and, you know, kind of having fun and whimsy with that. And I think last year and this year are the exact same event where it's these tricks, these changes, and you collect the invitation to the event and you get a power in the game. We'll talk about another problem I have with this. So firstly, it's the fact that it's pretty much the same. And for the 9th, it's supposedly last anniversary event. That sucks. That's pretty damn lame. They really didn't think that much about it. I think the Springtrap 5 Nights at Freddy's DLC just came in and just took the priority. And I don't blame them. You don't want to fumble an amazing DLC opportunity like that. But the problem is, this is your game. This is your baby. They have chosen to have all these licensed games and IPs in there just because it's something they want to do. It's easy money, easy community support. We just saw they broke their record for the most players at one time on Steam alone, which is awesome. But the problem is, it's still their game, and I wish, total aside, but I wish they would do more custom chapters of their own. Is it custom, right? It should do their own chapters. Custom sounds like it's the DLC, but now it's becoming the main game, right? Like their IPs. You know, was our most recent unique killer Houndmaster. I think that's, what, 2 or 3 releases ago already, which is crazy. And Houndmaster's not even that great of a killer, you know, honestly pretty mid because the way they've nerfed her so much already. It's because they overtuned her numbers. So yeah, I should really have focused more on this event, doing more for it. They've been getting more and more tame with these events. I think probably the best event so far is probably 2v8 for the community. People love 2v8. Unfortunately, not the killer queues. Chaos Shuffle. People always love Chaos Shuffle. It just changes the game up just enough to make it more interesting, right? And then I'd say probably the winter event where they have the snowmen, they have the snowballs, they have all that cool stuff, and you have this anniversary probably slotting in somewhere near the 4th. Let me know what you think. Do you think that it deserves the 4th ranking, or do you have any other game mode you prefer over this? And I'm gonna be honest, I love playing killer. I am so killer sided when it comes to this game because they don't get enough support. I think it's very killer sided game mode. Like, it's crazy to think that their invitation powers are so much stronger than the survivor ones, but the survivor ones are just dog water in comparison. And let me explain. So I'm gonna have this up on screen. Let me get this on screen for you guys. All right, so this talks a lot about the event and kind of goes over some like lore stuff and some fun stuff as well. But I want you to look at the biggest thing that I'm talking about right now when it comes to survivor ability versus killer, and it's right there in front of you, and it says, with your power, you can block a window vault for the killer when chased. I think for about 4 seconds. Spawn a fragile pallet, whether in or out of chase. It breaks when dropped. And let me tell you, when Springtrap being the most prominent killer in the game right now, where he could just throw an axe over your crappy pallet. It is probably one of the worst baits you could ever have as Survivor, because you can't do anything. If a killer has a good power, they're not Trapper, for example, stand there and wait for you to drop the pallet and nothing will happen and they'll just come and hit you anyways. It's so sad. Or they're playing Singularity, they'll just walk right through it. He loves the fragile pallet, I'm sure. And last but certainly not least, the, you know, go quiet. What is it called? Quiet mode, the mid mode. Which lowers your footsteps, doesn't even remove them, breathing, grunts of pain, and entering and exiting a locker. So they're all quiet, right? But I would think quiet mode would make it so that you're undetectable for like aura reading, and probably over vaults and stuff like that. Would that be OP? I guess, but I feel like killers tracking, at least at my MMR, like a higher, like mid to high tier MMR, they don't even need that crap. Like, they know exactly where I'm running, and I haven't lost a single killer with quiet mode yet. You could literally add aura blocking and it would do nothing, in this case, of course. But it just blows my mind that survivors have such bad anniversary powers. Now, does it really matter in the long run? No. This is an event that's going to be done and gone. Everybody's going to forget about it in like a week or two when it's over. And that's my problem, right? These events are so throwaway, especially when the survivor base is statistically 4 times larger than the killer player base, because it has to be. There has to be 4 survivors for every killer. There's no exceptions. You can't have a 3v1. You can't have a 2v1. It has to be a 4v1. So it just blows my mind that these are so bad. And I feel like everybody has to agree. I mean, they could even just add it so that the fast fall is silent as well. And it would be much better than what it is now. But they're just all not that good, right? Like the blocking window, it should be like 10 seconds or something. Like, make it mean something. Like, killer being able to, well, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me show you what the killer's got. So if I haven't already said, the killer gets the ability to teleport a survivor directly to a hook that's in sight. Now, by the way, I think that's like 32 meters on the same floor that you're on. So you can't throw them up like on the second floor or the floor below you. You have to throw them on the same floor, but you can like target scourge hooks. You can, and it's anti-body block basically. It's anti-sabotage. It is fantastic. And every killer, I swear, uses it all game. Like all 12 hooks, if they could get them, are remote, because it's so good. It is so good. That'd be like the survivor getting to, I don't know, spawn a real pallet back and drop it, and they could, you know, run alongside of it. You know, imagine that crap. That is literally the same strength. It is so good, especially because scourge hooks often are just terrible in spawn. So now you don't have to walk to them. You can get remotely close to them and then just boop. And you don't have to worry about any body block, anything. And you get all the benefits as well. They don't talk about that. See, it's funny. They could even add a deficit for remote hooking. But no, you get all the benefits. You get scourge hooks. You get pain res. That's what I mean, pop, stuff like that. It all comes with typically like remote crap, like, you know, use oppression and it kicks other gens for you. It only does the regression. It doesn't apply gen kick perks to all those gens. But in this case, you can just remote hook and you get all the benefits, which is insane. So I advocate for killer because nobody else will, I swear. At least when it comes to making the game not so survivor dominated. But this is so crazy. Even that alone is so godlike, so strong. Second, again, fantastic. Remote breaking a pallet. And they have like a weird grammatical thing after that. I don't know why they didn't put a comma, but they didn't. But you can remote detonate a pallet. Now think of it like Vecta's iridescent mage hand, where the palm comes out and smashes a pallet. It's basically the same thing. You don't have to slow down at all. Break a pallet. You can literally walk back, build momentum, and sprint through the pallet at full speed. And like, that's the benefit. Like, that is so good. Every killer remote detonates. Every killer, you know, remote hooks. The last one, reduce the impact of a stun. It's basically enduring, and you can stack it with enduring if you want. But why would you do that? I mean, I guess you could like bait, you know, a hit, but survivors are probably not going to drop pallets on you, except because they know that in this event that's what's possible. Or they're just like those crappy fragile pallets where they'll just stand back and watch you mess up, essentially, because the survivor is stuck in the pallet throwing animation and they cannot move during it. So the killer just waits for that to end, and they'll be literally charging up a lunge as soon as the pallet snaps itself on the ground. It's pretty bad, guys. I think killer's power here is beyond like strong. It is fantastic. It is beyond stronger than the survivor version. It's not even close. I will say my survivor MMR is way worse than my killer MMR, and I can tell because my teammates just aren't good. And I don't play as a survivor, and I'm definitely working on that because the blood point incentive is so fat for survivor and the key times are so small. I'll just play it for the blood points. I mean, you can get matches where you're getting 300 to 500,000 blood points. And I will say, out of all this, I've been very harsh in this event. That is the best part, is they're very generous with these cakes. It's 109% more blood points for each person when you use one. And every game, it's 4 or 5 of them, guaranteed. If it's not this event cake, it's the last event cake, or a prior one, or it's party streamers or something. People have been very good about using them. I think probably if I were to play 20 matches, 19 or 18 would have everyone put 5 cakes or 5 blood point boosters for the whole squad. So it's fantastic. I mean, I've been leveling up all my characters to at least P3, so all my perks are unlocked for Survivor and Killer. So good. Our Springtraps are already P3. I'm getting my killers to all P3 now. It's fantastic. But I just wish this wasn't the end for this anniversary, and I wish that they would have kind of looked a little bit more closely at what the strengths and weaknesses are, for this event. Unfortunately, I don't think it's no MMR. I think it's still your MMR, because the game doesn't change that much. It's not like Chaos Shuffle. Chaos Shuffle, they can't just give you they can't just give you No Mither and Self-Care and expect you to play at your full strength. You're obviously nerfed, and you're obviously dog shit at that point. They're not going to make you play at your sweaty killers, your nurses only, your blights only, your billies only. They're not going to do that to you. But in this event, it's so similar, especially when you're playing as Survivor. The powers suck, basically, so you're basically playing your Survivor. You can pick your perks, your items, your item add-ons, and your offerings. But you should be doing blood points. If you're not, expect to get tunneled and moried. But jokes aside, guys, I think this event could have been done better, and it's just kind of a shame that this is the last one. But maybe they'll change their mind. I think maybe, the X event, the 10th anniversary would be fantastic. And Decades by Daylight, or, Dead by Decades. I don't know. Something cheeky like that would be so good for them to use. And I'm disappointed currently, but we have plenty more video topics coming. So if you enjoyed me talking about this event and you haven't played, I recommend if you're watching it during the event, please go play. It's definitely worth your time. Get those freaking blood points. Get those characters leveled up. And yeah, so of course, make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you agree with my points, if you think this event is good, bad, or what your thoughts are with the powers, how you would improve them, let me know as well below. And of course, I'll be having plenty more videos coming, so please do click subscribe if you enjoyed. Potentially a really good discussion. And since you made it to the end of the video, I'll tell you why I think Ghostface is worse than Myers, despite his buff. Because they both got buffed recently, and one pulled ahead of the other. I think even still, there was pretty neck and neck for a while, but it'll be my next point of discussion. I want your feedback on that as well, so stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.